My father, Josef Rosensaft, was a Polish Jew who, but for the Holocaust, might have led an unexceptional life. Instead, he emerged almost phoenix-like as a force of nature from the inferno into which he and millions of other European Jews had been cast. For more than 5 years, from the spring of 1945 until the summer of 1950, he was the recognized leader of the Jewish Holocaust survivors in the displaced persons camp of Bergen-Belsen in northern Germany, located near the Nazi concentration camp of the same name. Before he was liberated at Belsen by British troops on April 15, 1945, my father had survived months of severe torture in the notorious Block 11, the death block, at Auschwitz, after escaping twice from Nazi captivity. According to historian Yehuda Bauer, his courage, steeled in the political bunker of Auschwitz, knew no bounds. As soon as the yoke of persecution was lifted from the liberated prisoners at Belsen, then known as DPs or displaced persons, they elected a political leadership of their own, headed by my father. They had had a national Jewish consciousness before the war. Now they insisted on transforming that consciousness into and having it recognized as a national identity. In the words of historian Joe Riley, the name Rosensaft remained a symbolic expression of the Jewish remnant after the war. Under my father's leadership, the Jewish DPs of Belsen created what he called the last shtetl in Europe. The Belsen DP camp had a kindergarten, an elementary school, a high school, a vocational training school, and a full complement of Jewish educational religious institutions. Belsen also had a rabbinate, its own Jewish police force, a library, 2 theater companies, a newspaper, an orchestra, and a host of youth and sports clubs. The Belsen DP camp's unique character and, consequently, its place in history, was due in large measure to my father, whom Yehuda Bauer described as the quintessential DP survivor, a very ordinary and a very extraordinary Polish Jew who was a determined defender of his people and their interests.